You're my
What
dear.
you know about OK Computer?
Don't do that.
What you know
Don't
about?
do that.
We
Oh,
all
my
know it.
favorite album of all time.
Really?
You ain't,
Look
oh,
at
but
look
you
at
ain't
Fresh.
know
Look at
that.
Fred Ash.
I got
What
good.
you talking about? Some head? You coming in too?
It's
been a minute.
Amazing, man.
That album
Oh
is
yeah, yeah.
amazing.
You got some
I
jams.
love the Amnesia album. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm like the Radiohead aficionado, but it's a couple of their albums are like.
So you're saying you're not
Oh
on
no, they
radio?
ain't busting out the caulk with cement. They about to change the game, son. They about to fix everybody's driveway. Anyway, let's go ahead and do this. Y'all know the deal. Late Ayo Kid, Apple OneYoungsta, hold it down, bringing that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people? Today, all year, coming with another wonderful episode of, that's right, Beats, Vibes, Life. We're doing our thing. We're living it up.
Mix it up.
We're killing it.
BVL.
We're chilling. So it's good to see your sunshiny face. And the four horsemen are here. We're gonna start in the bottom square. It's Stapleton houses. All right. Give you nothing but the rough, rugged, and raw. All right. Anwar Highsign.
Underprivileged. Represent Stapleton House Village. Yeah, man. Peace. I'm back. I'm back this week. Yeah.
Guess who's Bizak? So
Guess who's Bizak?
diagonal square. You know him. He's putting up the woo. Arckatron.
Hey y'all, it's ARCKATRON.com. Arcatron.
Yeah. Got Boogs Worthy in the chat. What up, what up, what up? And
What up, what
last
up?
but not least, all right, he breaks you down on all the conspiracies. Also known as the Black Kanye,
Boop, 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 boop.
PL Parker Lewis.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? It's good
Up
to
the
see all my
bear.
horsemen again. It's good to be back, man. It's good to be back.
Oh man. Do. So we were talking about this a little bit up front before we get into our news. We got some news topics, but Mr. Button has been go. We haven't really touched on Mr. Button. It's been a slight kerfuffle, if you will.
That's right. We haven't touched on, you know what I'm saying? Pause, B. We haven't touched on. What's up with you, B? You know what I'm saying?
So, I mean, you guys know by now, Joe Budden, you know, Rory and Mal, they're not on the show right now. There's been some ups and downs throughout the last year or so. And, you know, they're taking maybe a break, or they might be gone. Some people are saying it's a strike. Some people are saying, I don't know. But we got someone who does, all right? This dude has been hanging with the Joe Budden podcast for years. All right? He has insider Joe Budden information. All right? All right, maybe he doesn't. But PL, put us up on game.
Arcka's face.
It's like I have insider information.
He was like, Arcka was looking like that meme.
He was like, oh, me?
Like, I know he ain't talking about me. Nah, man, it hurts as the resident Joe Budden pod fanatic. It hurts to see that.
JBP.
Yeah, man, it hurts to see that the guys are on strike or on whatever you want to call it, man.
On leave, on pause,
huh?
They've sort of fashioned it as a bit of a strike / vacation slash
staycation, holla,
stash like decompression,
staycation /
you know, reset.
Yeah,
it's just weird.
Sir, yes.
It's weird. The whole situation is weird. It sucks when you build something with your friends and business gets in the way. Let's leave it like that. It sucks.
But the implications don't entirely sound like business.
Yeah.
I think it's partially
it's not all
go
business.
Ahead, go ahead.
It's partial business, but it sounds like it's also like treatment. It's a respect issue as well.
Could be.
No, it is like they've kind of like pretty much said that. Like it's how I'm being treated as well. Yes, business. Yes, absolutely. But also, how am I being treated? Am I an equal or am I an underling? If I'm an underling, don't really want to do that.
Yeah.
If I'm an equal, I'm not comfortable with how I'm being treated. Seems to be a big part of the issue.
But it's just a matter of finding a balance, like being friends and in business together, man. You have to treat it very delicately, because that's your friend at the end of the day. Like, that's your dog. You've known this person for years, but you also want
we
the
were
success
friends.
of your business. But you also want your business to succeed, So like, there are going to be decisions that are going to have to be made that some people in the group may not like, you know what I mean? But it's also for the benefit of the group. As long as we acknowledge that everything we do is for the benefit of the group, I think that you can kind of push ego and all of that to the side for the betterment of the group and for the betterment of the business. Okay. If not, then there's going to be issues like we have right now.
You were talking about earlier, because you were like, you said that this was inevitable. I don't personally think it was inevitable or has to be inevitable, because I come, at least from what I heard, I heard about the news. I went and watched some videos, people reacting to it, and then also the video, was it 425, I think, where he kind of like sort of covered it in his Joe Budden vague third person kind of passive aggressive way. So
passive aggressive. Interesting.
So I watched that.
You got passive aggressive.
It's some of the way how he handled his interactions with the conversation that happened, I guess, behind the scenes between himself, and I believe the way he described it, it was him and Rory first, and then Mal walked up, and then the conversation continued. But It seems like I said a little earlier, it seems like Joe Budden is one of those people that will quickly call out all of their flaws, kind of as a shield, because they're never going to try to fix them. And if you're someone who is like, okay, well, I do this and I know this rubs all these people wrong, but then you're never, it's like you acknowledge it, but then you don't acknowledge the possibility that you might have or might be a huge contributing factor to the reason they're gone.
It's like you acknowledge it, but you don't hold yourself accountable for it.
Yeah. And, without being there, that's kind of how it seems. So I don't know if it's something that has to be inevitable because he talked about this moment, like him and Rory would be talking about fighting and stuff, right? And Rory said, well, what if we ain't friends or whatever? That's a situation where, of course, tense is rolling. But immediately after, pull Rory aside, be like, yo, man, look, what's going on? Like, am I tripping? What I'm saying? That's also, you have to, there's a certain level of pride that I understand you have to take down to be like, yo, am I effing up right now? Am I doing something wrong? Like, what's going on between us? Because I was feeling some heat that, it didn't seem like we was playing. You know what I'm saying? But I do understand there's also a level of pride that you have to.
Well, when you see that
bring
clip,
down when you do stuff.
I eventually saw that clip of that sentence, and it wasn't jokes at all.
Yeah, I saw it too, and it didn't seem.
That was what he said. Like, who the said we were friends? And I was like, oh,
right, like
clutch the pearls. Okay,
not clutching the pearls.
Oh my god.
Okay, I didn't know that we were here. I didn't know that's where we were, that you were holding so much.
Yeah, and then there was something from Mal that said something like he said he was like he doesn't talk to him about his like family or friends or whatever, and he was feeling the disconnect there. And I'm like, well, paraphrasing, but it seems to me like maybe some more open communication, maybe, you know what I'm saying, all Glocks down, you know, maybe some of that could have.
Ooh, I like that reference.
Might have been able to, like, you know, fix things a little bit. I mean, I might be tripping.
What he was saying for those that don't know, he was saying that they sort of got to a point where like their friendship was just like the expression of their friendship was in the confines of working.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like outside of doing the pod, they didn't really speak as much anymore. And
yeah,
you know, like he didn't know what was going on with everybody the way that he used to. And there was, from what I got from his explanation, his description of it, you know, it got to a point where it was like, hey, like, what's going on with you, Rory? You know, like, we don't really talk anymore. And it was like, yeah, do we need to? Like, are we, you know, like, it's cool. Like, we got this separation and that's cool. And he wasn't cool with that. And it seems like Rory was like, you know, at his limit, you know, current break, you know, boiling point where like something needed to change. And Maul, as I understand, didn't like the way that Joe handled Rory. And so he stepped like, all right, well, he sort of stepped in protest, like in solidarity.
Yeah.
From what I'm understanding.
When I'm listening to it, because I was like, yo, man, people, let me catch up and actually pay attention to this. So when he said he went to Rory and was like, yo, why don't you take a couple podcasts off? I was like, that's not how you fix this. I was like, I'm going to just let you know from the couple of classes I've had on conflict resolution, that's not how you fix this. What you're doing is kicking the can down the road. You're not like, yo, man, you mad? Why don't you take a couple podcasts off?
Well,
that's
see,
not
that's
how
the
you
thing,
want to fix
though.
this
Like,
one.
see, that's the thing. So, like, let me play devil's advocate. Right?
All right, word up.
I've never had any conflict resolution classes. I should state that
why'd you
at the
not
top.
like angel's advocate? Yo, I gotta be devil's advocate. So, whatever.
Exactly. So shout out to
why you gotta advocate for the devil, son?
Shout out to Heaven Raiser. So I'm angel's advocate right now.
Angel's advocate.
Right. It's not unreasonable to me to be like, all right, like, man, like, you seem really upset with me. Like, why don't you take off for a little bit? Like, you know, like, have some me time, you know, have some time where you don't have to deal with me, you know, like, take a couple weeks off from me because the heat is between us, right? And then the other person, as tends to happen with conflict, as tends to happen with a lot with text messages, not speaking in generalities right now, with text messages, you know, phone conversations, arguments in person, a person's idea of you, a person's idea about you and what you mean and how you handle things, they will apply that to what you're saying, whether you mean it or not. So he can go like, yo, like, this dude really doesn't like me right now. Like, yo, you like take a break from me because I know I'm a lot. And Joe strikes me as a person who knows he's a lot at times. Yeah. Like, I don't think he looks at himself and is like, man, you know, I'm a walk in the park to deal with, bro. Like, I think he gets it the same way I get it. Like, I can be difficult at times. So you go like, all right, take a break from me. And then Rory, he's already mad at you. So he's like, oh, word. Like, just go home. So go home, right? That's what you're saying? Like, you just going to axe me out until, like, yo, come back on some, like, some Beverly Hills Cop, like, yo, take a vacation.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, you can't stop someone from applying that. It takes a lot of conversational tussling to gets to disarm someone who has a feeling about or an opinion about what your subtext is.
All right. I get you on that one. I guess it just seemed
Like
like
I've been on the other side of it, like, yo, damn, like everything I say is offending you. What's going on? Like, I don't what's going on? And it's you know, them applying another meaning to what I'm saying. That happens a lot in communication.
Okay. I get you on that one. So, all right. So I'll get you on that one because the way I got it was like, dude, you didn't even like take upon the fact that you might be an issue and ask him more on that one. You was just like, all right, take a break. you go.
You should have said take a break from me. If he said that would have a whole different.
But to be
You
fair,
get out of
we don't
here.
know how
Nah,
we don't officially know how it was worded.
Yeah.
To be fair. But then like also like you have to take the break because it's the Joe Budden podcast. So I can't take a week off.
Yeah.
And if we're gonna keep the content rolling, then you gotta be the one to take the week off, or we gotta solve it without you doing that. And that doesn't seem to be possible this particular instance of us with him.
I see that too, because I mean they could do like an episode without Joe, but it would be kind of weird because, you know, like it would be kind of weird. I can see where you're coming through on that one. But they ain't the only thing. Other people in the industry was like, yo, we got things to say.
Oh, but wait, so like let me ask this real quick before you hop into that, Mike.
All right.
The mall issue. So like to me, the mall issue struck me as like, okay, like you told him to sit down, and who are you to tell him to sit down? That was kind of strange to me because of the name of the podcast. But okay, I get it. Like I get what you're trying to say, but it also struck me as you having an issue with me and seeing this as an opportunity to exercise those demons and be like, okay, like last straw.
That might have been. That may have been, but because
how's it hit you?
I get where you're coming with that, because yes, it is the Joe Budden podcast, but all these people have poured in, you know, because this isn't a situation where it's like some faceless company like Capital One or something like that, where like, yeah, everybody pours into it, but it's kind of like this large entity that really has no faces. This is a very, I would consider it, even without knowing much about the Joe Budden podcast, it seems like this is a group of friends or at least like-minded individuals that, you know, like each other enough to be with each other this much to kind of build this vehicle together. Now, of course, they were like, all right, you're the flagship guy. We're all gonna, you know, use your star power to kind of like, we're gonna, you know, come in and, you know, do the audio or do the, you know, shoot the video or whatever. I'll sit over here and I'll talk about music and you know, those kind of things. But I don't know. It's different when you're like building it with your friends than when it's. So yes, it is the Joe Budden podcast, and he does have a certain level of, I guess, like power or authority. But I guess with that also comes, or should come, I don't know, a level of care and tact, or I don't know, maybe I'm not grabbing the right words.
No, I definitely agree on the tact issue. He's not a very tactful man, and he never has been. My question kind of is like, was there a choice there? Like, was it like, I think you should go sit down, and you can go, nah, I'm cool. I'm just saying X, Y, Z, A, B, C is my issue. Or is it like, no, I think you should sit down. No, I don't want to. No, it's not a request. You go sit down.
I think there should be a choice because.
So I feel like it would be a choice, but you might, like he may not have seen it as such at the time. It might have been like, oh, word. Oh, okay. Got you. Copy.
Yeah. Because it was like, because when I heard it, when he was like, take a couple podcasts off, so I was like, oh, snap. I was like, yo. And I can see if Mal already feels a certain way about their interactions, and it's like, yo, so we just disposable to you now? You just throw like I guess that's the kind of point where you're like, hold up, guys. Like, this ain't like let's actually have a real discussion about what's going on, because like PL brought up like what we're doing is like a similar thing, right? Like I wouldn't.
Oh,
like,
snap! So you're saying what? Who's Mal? Who's Parks? Who's
no.
Joe Budden? So you Joe Budden?
Not Joe Budden.
So wait, so am I Mal? Am I
New Low Budden? I'm Joe Budden.
Yo, Low Budden.
I'm the one that's going. I'm the one that's going to say the thing that's going to offend everybody.
Yo, Low Budden. That's hilarious. Like New Low Budden. And since I can't afford anything, it'll be like, ba-doom. It sounds like it. It's like you have Kool-Aid and you have Flavor-Aid. It's almost like it.
but not quite.
Like, all right, for instance, like, yes, there's a certain level of, energy or whatever time that I've put into like making NERDSoul, like even bringing it this far. But I also can't discount the time that you guys sacrificed to be on the show, to be here putting on time, all this time before it even starts to become like a vehicle that's like making money, where you can, turn down this and turn down that. You know what I'm saying? So that has to be, I don't know, it has to be respected in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm not expecting to be like him to be like, yo, Mal, I'm giving you 90% of the company. But I don't know, man.
He seemed to be sort of clear about one thing, which is that at least on his end, on Joe's end, he seemed to reiterate like, hey, look, it's not a money thing.
Okay, true.
Now,
Yeah.
like Rory, I think the way that Rory has expressed his issues elsewhere, like I know he did that podcast. I didn't watch it, but I saw a small clip of it where he was talking about, like there are things that we now should not be talking about because they would dent the friendship. And that makes it feel like to, an outsider, like, oh, it's a money thing. But that doesn't necessarily mean that. It's like now, like it means I don't want to talk to you about the money because
okay.
That's a slippery slope. Like we need people in place to be going to war about that. So we're not going to war about that.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I want to see how this plays out. Hopefully everybody will come back and everybody will be happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, the resident JBP expert is real quiet.
Yeah, man. I mean, come on, PL.
Like,
we got
you
got
nothing.
We got academics.
There's so much I want to say, man, but a lot of it's like I'll keep to myself. Like I said, I think me and you spoke about this earlier, NERDSoul. There were a lot of the stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I don't like about the situation. I'll just touch on one thing and I'll leave it at that. Like, I am the JBP fan. I am a huge Joe Budden fan as a rapper. I don't like how he handled the situation. I don't like that he let Steve Stout come on the show and take shots at his friends. I didn't care for
so
that.
Mike, you were about to go into that. what happened there?
Wait,
I didn't
what?
see
I
the
didn't
Steve
care
Stout
for that.
comments.
Steve
did he
Stout
say?
was one of the guests on the show.
All right.
Yeah.
And Steve Stout just kept taking little jabs. I didn't really care for that. If you my friend, fam, you
Like,
not
give me an
gonna let
example.
somebody come on
Give me something
our
that he
show.
said.
He said, especially his parting shot was something to the effect of Joe turned down these bags in order to keep freedom for the show, and his friends turned their back on him because of it.
Okay, what's the shot though?
What?
That's a shot. You're basically saying that his friends turned their back on him over money, where everybody who's been listening or paying attention to the situation knows that this is not about money.
Or hopefully, maybe.
But
You
it,
understand
I
what I'm
get,
saying?
so let me reframe. Is it a shot, or is it his, or is he's just speaking on his optics of the situation?
It could be his.
And do you make a distinction between those things?
That's a valid point, Highsign. That's a valid point. But, fam, we have an edit button. We have an editor.
Mm.
If me and you are friends, nothing should come out that can be misconstrued as a diss towards me. Especially on the platform.
Is it possible for me to catch every one of those instances where someone, like, is it possible?
Chuckled.
Okay. So everybody laughed when he said that.
Like, you caught it. Like, you caught it.
Oh boy.
There's an edit button, fam.
Yeah.
Again, let me reiterate. I am the Joe Budden guy. I didn't care for that, fam.
What about your boy Academics?
Okay.
Him too. Like, okay. Like,
I
understand
got
that
so much personal smoke. It's ridiculous.
Right. Like, he's got, like, okay, that's another thing. Okay. Me and you are friends, right? Your friend has smoke with my friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
If me and you are friends, why are you allowing your friend to have smoke, like visible smoke with me?
Yeah, it's not a
Are
good
they
look.
friends though?
Huh?
Are they friends though? Or are they work friends?
Oh, work. Oh no! Now he's making the line.
And Joe.
He's making the line for the work friends.
That could be true too.
That's a thick paint roller line for real.
True, there are.
Okay.
Like doing music
at your job.
Doing music, I had to
work
learn
friends.
that. Yeah, like doing music, I had to learn that. Like all of these guys will paint themselves like your friends, but you're not friends. You be telling these guys
associates at best.
At best. And you telling these guys your life story, they telling you theirs, you can know all these intimate details about something. That don't make you friends. We hang out for 1 million hours, they don't make you friends.
For 1 million hours.
It's not the same. So like
10,000 hours.
10,000 hours of friends. So are Joe Budden and Ack friends? Or are they work friends?
Could be.
Okay.
Could
like,
be.
Who's
there's
like
a distinction. There's a difference.
And even, that makes it even worse. That makes it even worse
at times.
That low key makes it worse. Because if you see someone that you know is not your real friend dissing your real friends, and you ain't said nothing about it,
it don't look good.
It don't look good, fam.
It doesn't look good. I agree. But is that the precedent of their relationship? Like, some people don't care about those things in the same way. And as a group of friends, if they care so much, I'm sure that at some point it would have come up privately. Like, yo, what's up with your man? you're not gonna say nothing. Like, yo, can you? Because he says
hold
it,
him
and you
down,
just don't.
please?
You don't say anything. So is it like, like everyone's dynamic is not that. Like everyone's not. You can't take everyone to the mall with you.
You know what? That's a perfect.
As our guy, King Push Overlord once said, like, you got friends that, like you can take to the mall with you, and you got friends where it's like, that's not your body, and I gotta accept you where you are. I gotta accept you for who you are, or not be friends with you. And so, like if your body is not like, yo, all right, well, I'm gonna get on this platform. I'm gonna get on my platform and I'm gonna rep for my friends and be like, yo, don't let some crazy ish fly out of your mouth about Rory and Maul and my people. But if it's not that, for whatever reason, we don't really know what the reason may be. Like they might not even take dude serious no matter what he says. He might be foaming at the mouth. And then you guys are broken. They might be looking at dude. They might be all in the group chat
academics
together.
Be telling
laughing.
everybody
like,
they
saw
broke,
Ack,
man.
he was off the.
Yeah,
he might be in the group chat. Like, you saw
like
Ack off the Henny.
A
He's
Funk
ridiculous.
Flex's situation with the Meek Mill, like where you just so eager to jump out there with the news and then come back and he's egging your face.
Yeah, like they might be clowning that guy
might be
together.
The new Funk Flex. He's the new Flex.
Let that guy talk, man. You never know what's going on in the group chat.
Speaking of the chat, shouts to Zeus up in the chat. He brought up you brought up Paul Pierce. We'll cover that on NERDSoul Sports. And
do that in sports.
We'll cover that on NERDSoul Sports Saturday.
Definitely.
Yo, I'm gonna have to jump in on that one.
Paul
jump in that episode. Just for that part. Whenever you talk, I jump in for that segment.
But we did have some news. You know what I'm saying? We had
fill
some,
me in later. I don't know.
We had some.
Yeah,
I got
you.
Yeah. Sports.
Aaron
A. I'm on the block. You know what I'm saying? I don't got time to.
Oh, you on the block?
Yeah, I'm on the block right now. I'm on the block right now.
Snoop Dogg announces From the Streets to the Suites release date. All right, just letting y'all know. In the past decade
18.
of Snoop Dogg's illustrious career, he's expanded into the world of wine and cannabis further, landed a few high-profile roles in both film and television, and of course, became a grandfather. All while releasing new music consistently. Since 2011, the Long Beach rapper has offered 7 albums to date, which have shown all sorts of glimpses into his artistry, with projects focused on reggae, funk, even gospel, y'all. All right? I know Jesus is king.
Wait, what was his gospel name? What was his gospel name?
Yeah, the gospel album.
He presented, it was like a compilation type.
Because he had Snoop Lion. I wanted to change.
It was like Snoop Dogg presents. It was like a compilation type thing.
Okay.
A couple of years ago.
So the rapper's new project will serve as the follow-up to 2019's "I Want to Thank Me," which took its title from the speech at a Hollywood Walk of Fame induction. I just want to ask you guys, how excited are you for Snoop's a new album?
I am. Long Beach in the house.
You know what I'm saying? Long Beach Ho.
I like the single CEO. I like it.
You know what I'm saying? It seems like there's silence. There's silence from the bottom of it.
I haven't peeped it yet. I had to blow my nose. I haven't peeped it yet. That singles.
No, funny enough, I recently went through some of Snoop's catalog. Because it's like that's I was going through like 10 albums. Like I was like, see who's doing production for him and stuff. Listen to some of the songs, hearing some stuff that I missed out on. I'll check it out. I'll check it out. It's new.
Snoop
I'll check
is
it out, at least.
pretty consistent over the years.
Just remember, guys.
There's no slippage from Snoop on the mic.
Yeah, just remember, guys. It's a dog eat dog world, not a doggy dog world.
No, it's a doggy dog world, bro. I don't know what you talking about.
Yeah, it's definitely a doggy dog world.
It's a doggy
Doggy
dog.
dog
Also,
world.
continuing, Hip Hop DX reports. All right, police reportedly confirmed Kodak Black shooting was a targeted hit. All right, look, Kodak Black wasn't looking for a McRib or a golden brown French fries when he pulled into a Tallahassee, Florida McDonald's in the wee hours of Monday morning, April 5th. Instead, he and his security were ambushed by at least one gunman in the parking lot of the popular fast food restaurant. You can't even get a McFlurry these days. All right, the Pompano Beach natives' entourage had just left the after party at Baja Beach Club. You know that I love that place.
As you
know
do.
what I'm saying? Go all
Yeah.
the time.
We stay up
And,
in there.
Yeah, stay in there. Bottles and everything. And was allegedly followed by several vehicles as they attempted to cut Yak off. They stopped at the McDonald's where the assailants opened fire on their vehicle, leaving one security guard with serious injuries. Now police can confirm it was a targeted hit and they just missed their target. All right. Okay. I'm gonna say this. All jokes aside, y'all know I'm not the biggest Kodak Black fan, but you know I don't want nobody just pulling assassin hits either. You know what I'm saying? You know, glad he's alright. You know, to a certain degree. I mean, maybe I shouldn't say to a certain degree. That sound like, did you plan it? Did you pay for this hit? I mean, I'm happy he's all right. You know, a security guard got hurt. You know, hopefully, you know, wish him well. You know, it's Kodak Black, man. I don't even know why y'all want to kill him so bad. Like, it's Kodak Black. Like,
I will.
Man,
I will.
You're
use
supposed to
this
assassinate important
make
people.
them that
right?
mad.
You know what I'm saying?
I will use this opportunity to say that these kids is crazy nowadays, man.
Yeah, they is. Also,
And fam, like I thought that like coming up, like, you know, we all thought that, you know, we did a little crazy, went a little, you know, whatever. Nah, like these kids today got everybody beat.
I mean, each generation learns from the generation from before. You know what I mean? Just does it differently.
Like, this is like nuts.
Everybody
like,
takes it up a notch, man.
Like, this is nuts, fam. Like, the dude, the security guard, thankfully the security guard got grazed.
We washing money over there, Mike?
gotta keep it flowing. Gotta keep it flowing.
Even a laundromat going?
Okay.
Laundromat
Keep it flowing.
Keep it moving that rack. Okay, all right.
I am my dollars, son. I am my dollars. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Nah, thankfully the security guard is all right. He got grazed in the leg. Security guard is okay, but the security offered to go
I
into
thought he
the
got
McDonald's.
hit in the femoral artery. Lost a lot of blood.
That's not a good artery.
Huh?
They said the security guard.
You say that's not a good artery.
To go get the food for him. So you know somebody. You see
guys are
people
dark this
riding
week,
around
man.
trying to kill
No, no, I'm saying you don't want to hit that artery. That's
Oh yeah, you don't. Please don't hit
That's
that.
what I'm saying.
Sorry,
That's like-
PL. Continue. Sorry.
It's a bad artery.
It's bad artery. Oh my God. Yo, y'all acting crazy. Y'all sure we want to cover this other topic that we got on deck? Because y'all acting crazy today, man.
No, we only acting crazy because it's Kodak
Mike.
Black.
I don't know what Mike's doing.
Yo,
You know, it's Kodak Black.
Yo.
Look. All right, look, here's the deal. Kodak Black, he okay. Security should have never stopped at McDonald's, but everybody kind of is all right, and nobody's dead. So, I mean, there you go.
Yes, that is the good thing, man.
Hopefully,
you know, hopefully little Kodak can stay out of trouble. You know, I do like some Kodak joints, but he has been wilding for a long time. So hopefully he stays out the way, man, and just sticks to, you know, making good music. And, you know, and him and the people around him stay safe.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So, you know, stay strong, young brother. I don't know, keep your head up.
Stop talking.
So,
I would say rumble,
stuff on the internet.
but don't. I would say rumble, young man, rumble, but don't rumble. Stay
Don't
out
rumble.
the way. Just no more rumbling.
These kids don't know how to stay out the way. That's the problem.
Yo, you know what's crazy? This kind of like a strange analogy, but like it's so strange to just like watch it go up notches year over year, man. Like I remember being in high school and like we came in 9th grade, 10th grade, and we was wilding. 11th grade, 12th grade, you know, you getting ready to leave. And I remember like consciously thinking like, yo, these wild, yo, like what's up with these kids? Like they felt so much more wild than we were like 2-3 years ago. It just keeps going up and up and up, man. And you see that with music too.
Yeah, word up. I mean,
what's that Nas line about the young guy? Like you can't even play with them, gangsta little ninjas.
Yep.
Can't play with these little ninjas, gangsta little ninjas.
So we've got an update on a story that we talked about earlier. T.I. and Tiny reportedly called their anonymous accusers, quote, not credible. And a quote says, the Harrises are still waiting for the accusers to reveal themselves publicly. Sadal said in a statement to Hip Hop DX, by continuing to hide behind anonymous allegations, the unnamed accusers effectively render themselves not credible and unworthy of belief. We say, let the light shine on their identities so we can go about disproving these scurrilous, excuse me? Scurrilous accusations. Continuing on saying, the Harrises continue to deny in the strongest possible terms these scurrilous and unsubstantiated accusations. We await Blackburn exposing his anonymous accusers to the light of day by revealing their names, so we will be in a position to confront their allegations by Blackburn choosing instead to misuse the media for his own publicity and hiding the identities of his clients from the public and us. I'm pretending to be T.I. and Tiny, but I ain't do nothing. All right. So and us. He makes it possible for us to do so now. We fully expect if the claims are thoroughly and fairly investigated, no, and I mean no, charges will be brought. That's your boy T.I. T.I. and Tiny, you know what I'm saying? That's what he said. Like, yo, they said, look, strongest possible terms. All right. So now do you believe they ain't doing it now?
Spiciest of terms.
They said scurrilous accusations. All right. That means these accusations, I ain't never even heard that word before, but I just got it now.
You know what that's like? You ever watch House of Cards?
Oh yeah.
I haven't peeped it yet.
Where they find like a phrase or a saying, like so people are like, wait, what word is that? And it kind of takes you off of the whole topic of what's happening.
Yo, look. T.I. said he ain't did nothing. Tiny like, look, we ain't did nothing. And they said, look, let us know who you is. All right. So then we can say, no, I didn't do it. Now, this is my question though. Do you specifically, and this is to the crew, do you specifically need to know who's accusing you to say that you ain't did nothing? I mean, they kind of say they ain't did nothing in the strongest of terms, but then they also say they need to know who said it.
It's more like it sounds like they did something, but they need to know if this is the one lie that they can't tell situation.
Like,
yo, this is exactly
so
what
I can get my lies straight.
Yeah.
Like, why you? This is exactly what I mean. Like, why you feel like they had to have done like, yo, you did something, and you just want to know so you can know how to dodge it.
Yeah. I want to know how.
And I'm sitting here, I'm like, well, you
know,
like, I know who's saying it. Easier for me to dismantle their credibility.
Yep.
You know, it's like, yo, if I know something about you, I can dig into you like you digging into me and be like, oh, look, this person been doing this all over the place.
Like, look at what you
blame
did.
This person, they said this, they said that. This is a lie they told over here. I don't know if y'all peeped that lie from way back.
Yup.
They lied on the people in this building and this building. But if I don't know who you are, you just saying stuff. really defend it, save to say, yo, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yo. Look, T.I., I'm going to tell you to do this. It worked very well for Snoop Dogg. Just stand up and say, I'm innocent. I'm innocent. That's all you got to do. All right? Boom. There it is. That's all the evidence I needed. I was watching TV. I was like, he ain't do it.
He didn't even do it. Why are they saying this about him?
Shouts out to Sandra Thomas. Nice to see you. Like, he ain't do it. He innocent. So, T.I., look, I know you over there. You got your brand new words and everything. You're using scurrilous 2 times in the same article. All right, but hey, look.
What, he was the one who wrote the statement?
I'm assuming he did. Maybe the lawyer did. So maybe, you know what? Maybe your lawyer did it. So it ain't your fault.
He gave the lawyer that word.
He was like, yo, scurrilous. I just used that. I just
make sure you throw that in there.
So where do we stand on this? Like, what's the consensus among the horsemen
honestly,
about whether or not they, what is it? Sex trafficking? Sexual? What is it?
It's all right. So it's kind of like kidnapping, sex trafficking, sexual assault, like all this stuff is kind of like in a big old bucket, you know.
Like all the sex crimes, save
for
the P word stuff.
Yeah,
SVU.
Dum, dum.
Yeah. The scurrilous victims unit.
That's not funny, but fuck.
I feel like they did it. I feel like they.
I don't know.
I'm telling you.
I'm so like.
When I was younger, my parents loved Law and Order. I ain't had no choice, man. It was Star Trek and Law and Order. That was it. Right? So look, that's it. Star Trek Next Generation and Law and Order. Yo, man, they be able to solve this though. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
You just gotta wait for more to come out, man.
Okay, T.I., I mean, I guess you don't have time to be like kidnapping girls when you're making albums, but I mean, maybe you do. I don't know. I mean,
maybe he's.
I could bring up someone who kind of did have time to do that, but they're very different than T.I. They're extremely different than T.I.
Oh snap! Never mind.
They weren't a rapper. They were
Lady Lisa just brought someone to my mind. R. Kelly was kidnapping mad girls.
Okay, someone had to go ahead and just
he was
say
making
it.
He was making albums for himself.
I was trying to allude to it. I was trying to just like allude to it, and we all know what was going on. But now the cat, he had the bed. He had a whole bedroom in the studio.
I mean,
he had an apartment in the studio.
I hope not, because I don't want to have to start. I don't want to have to start calling him T. Kelly. So hopefully not.
Nope.
We're not doing that.
Nope. That's the person
we talk about. Redacted.
That man
redacted, sir.
We're not talking about that guy on the show.
Like, I just hopefully it's not true. I mean, they said, I don't know. I mean, to a certain degree, I kind of
ask this: like, are we falling into the category of guilty until proven innocent? Based on,
I said I don't know.
Like now,
so I didn't say he did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the framing of it was sort of like you said. I hope it's not true, which sort of like.
All right, my bad.
Feels like
I hope it's not true.
I feel like the panel is like.
All right, you know what? T.I., I take it back.
I'm saying like. Right? I'm saying like those are the times right now, like you're guilty until proven innocent.
Because every time we turn around, somebody doing some crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Or someone saying that someone's doing.
Well, true that. So
and the speed that it travels, it's like it's got to be true.
T.I., look at me right here. All right,
it's trending.
You and me. All right, T.I., innocent until proven guilty. I don't know these scurrilous people. All right, so. You know what? Reveal them, and then we'll see. Now, T.I., all right? Don't burn me on this. All right? Don't do that.
I mean,
you know how you had to like.
I got hopes. We gonna see.
You believe he did it. What you believe, PL?
You
You believe he did it.
PL, like
PL, where you?
No, I'm like, even when they say he did it like in the court of law, I don't trust no court no more. I've been a jury twice. I don't trust it, man. When you get into that room, that box, that hot box, whatever they called it. Whatever they call it. The hot corner, whatever they call it.
Hot box.
But things get weird in there, man. I'm telling you. I've been the one was a double homicide. It was very weird. One was it just was very weird how left things can go so quickly in there.
Now when you did that,
somebody can bring some evidence in, you like, oh, okay.
Now when you were in the jury and the double homicide, tell the truth. When the dude or the lady walked in, when they walked in, when you was like, they did that. Like, cause sometimes when I see a mugshot, I'll be like, oh yeah, you did that. Like I'd be like, oh,
I don't do that at all, man. I gotta hear this. I gotta hear all the evidence, all the facts. Everything.
But at the same time, I do be wrong. Like I remember the DC sniper. Like I ain't going front. I swore to everybody I was going to school with at the time. All right, it's a white guy that looks like Gene Hackman. I was like, I'm telling you.
You picked the one black serial killer in our lifetime.
Yeah,
because I was sure. I was sure. I was like, this ain't a black crime. Like this, it's not happening. I was like, it's an old white dude, look like Gene Hackman, no problem. I got this. So I be wrong. So T.I., there it is. I do be wrong. So you know what I'm saying? Like, there's that. You know what I'm saying? So look,
Gene Hackman, enemy of the state, Gene Hackman.
T.I., hold your head, Tiny, you know what I'm saying? Holla, you know what I'm saying? We right here. Now, look, just tell the truth, all right?
Tell the truth.
Because I don't want people coming in and be like, yo, you was all down for T.I., and then find out, yo, I did it. All right? So just look, hey, all right? Don't be lying.
I don't believe that. Nobody do that. Man, they ain't do that, man. I don't believe it.
T.I. is not watching my show. All right, lastly, all jokes aside, right now, I do want to cover something sort of inside of this story, but of course, you know, DMX.
I thought you were going to go a way different direction. All jokes aside, well, actually,
no.
Wait a minute.
No, it's because right now, DMX is still with us, and there's people acting like he's gone.
He is still with us.
You know what I'm saying? And that's my thing. Like, people acting like he ain't here no more. It's like, look, you know what I'm saying, guys, just wait and send your prayers and your good vibes and stuff, because DMX is one of those guys that I have always had like a certain level of respect for, because of all of his interviews and like what seemed to be at least as personal as he could get in a public setting. He always seemed like a very genuine person. And, you know, maybe a genuine person who, you know, has some demons around him, but always seemed like a very genuine person that actually cares about people. And, you know, this is just sad to hear in general. And then to see people on Twitter acting like it's over it's not a good feeling. You know what I'm saying? But right now they say there's some sources saying that he had contracted COVID-19 as well. But anyway, he's still hospitalized.
I did see a story that a post someone come out and say he actually did not contract COVID.
Because there's also a lot of
that was earlier today.
Well.
Yeah,
that was earlier today. They said it wasn't true.
I'm looking at it right now.
Cool. So yeah, it's one of these things where it's like, look, guys, it just, you know, you guys gotta, you know what I'm saying, hope that he pulls through. Keep those prayers going.
Yeah.
Keep those good vibes going.
They're saying he's got to undergo some brain tests.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. There's an article Jenna James put in the chat.
Yeah. And shout out to Jenna James for
the DX post.
Yeah. No, I know it's on People. The People one. It's a People magazine, people.com. Comatose. It just starts with comatose. DMX to undergo a brain function and activity test, waiting on next steps, says manager.
Yeah, so
you know who his manager is?
Who's the manager?
Who?
Steve Rifkin.
Word?
Really?
Yeah, I saw that today.
Okay.
They were and one of the posts about it was like his manager, Steve Rifkin. I was like, wait, what?
What?
Word?
Wait, what? Loud, old, SRC,
SRC?
loud.
Yeah, SRC now. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, that's interesting.
That is
random.
very interesting.
Yeah,
so
but
random.
it's one of those things where, I was hoping because I was like looking at news kind of up until maybe about an hour before we went on, because I was like, I'm hoping, and I know this is like some Hollywood stuff, but you know what I'm saying? That, they move the finger and then they slowly open their eyes. I'm like, yo, hopefully there's a story that comes out like, yo, there's some movement. He's responding, blah, 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 but nothing yet. But it's just
I didn't know about the lack of oxygen part before. And then when I started looking into it a little bit more today, I was like, oh, so that's probably what a lot of people are responding to. If I had to speculate, I'm only speculating. But
yeah, and
the whole she had the overdose, and then his brain, he had a lack of oxygen for like 30 minutes.
Wow.
which as we know is like
Former manager.
It's devastating.
Detrimental. Yeah, extremely devastating. So that part being the case, I don't know. We just gotta wait for the test to come back.
Because I remember was it Monday? Jazzy Jeff was doing a stream where he was mixing, and there were people in the chat saying like, is this going to be a DMX tribute? And it's like, yo, he's not gone. Like, and Jazzy Jeff was like, he's not gone. Like, we're gonna send good vibes. We're not gonna do a tribute stream. Yeah. Maybe like an appreciation, but like not a trip. He's not gone. So it's just I know it doesn't look good.
How the social media people.
It's like, I know it don't look good, but that doesn't mean things can't turn in his favor. So just waiting and seeing. But definitely, if any of his music ever impressed you at all, just send them good vibes up. You know what I'm saying? Because he needs it, and I know he's had his demons and all that good stuff. But he's always, I guess, kind of seemed extremely genuine to me, which would kind of like connected me to him throughout his career, and always made me pull for him and kind of like wish that he could be in a better state. You know what I'm saying? Because I've followed his career through of course through the very beginning, like Flesh of My Flesh part, where he's like white hot success, and then on to the incidents at airports, then of course being in Arizona, like all of that stuff. So just hoping he ends up being all right. And shouts to Deep House Nation, said all the trap rappers are praying for him, but DMX fell victim to the effects of trapping. Sorry, I wish I would have read that before.
I can't agree with that one.
I wish I would have read that before. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that.
Yeah,
totally.
I'm not rolling with that one. Respectfully.
I see what you're trying to say, but I don't. DMX never
explain it to me.
DMX never really hit me as that type of rapper. And maybe I'm wrong. I mean, street stuff definitely yes, but he seemed to have a fuller, more three-dimensional, approach to his music than just trapping, or just being in the streets. But at least that's how I see it. But I I don't know. I don't know if I fully agree with that. Like, I mean, even if DMX was trapping, you're talking about years and years ago. Like, it's not like something that he's been doing lately. You know what I'm saying? But with that said, guys, we actually we're at time anyway. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? I haven't been mean to anybody on this show. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I ain't telling nobody I want to fight them. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't telling nobody I want to fight them, and that nobody that they ain't my friend. Of course, the little guy laughing in the background doesn't help either. But with that said, before we get out of here, I want to throw it off to the Black Kanye, to Long Beach Hove, Trap Just Blaze, right over here, PL Parker Lewis.
Prayers for DMX, man. All jokes aside, all whatever aside, man. Prayers for X. Just hoping that he pulls through. Parker PL Lewis, LEWIZ. Help the Bears out now. Streaming on all platforms. Hit me up on social media. New videos coming soon.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Brand new videos. Jumping out the Rolls Royce with the fur on. You know what I'm saying? Fur from the head, from the shoulders down to the feet. When stepping out like Ghostface.
Okay.
Gotta do it, man.
So,
Two-tone Wallies.
Quick story.
Louis
back
belt.
when I used to see people with furs on, right? Like I was mad young, right? And I didn't have no fur coat, but there was always a dude with a fur coat on, right? So anyway,
Where were you?
my Dukes had a fur coat.
It was always a dude with a fur coat.
Because I'd be watching music videos, it'd be a dude with a fur coat. And it was always cool. So my Dukes had a fur coat, right? So I put my mom's fur coat on, took a picture with that joint. I was like, that's the one.
Now I see why.
It wasn't the one.
Speaking of like,
you definitely
but I
Joe
still
Budden.
wish I had that photo to show y'all.
You reminded me of that Slick Rick tidbit, the Teenage Love video from Slick Rick's first record.
Oh,
he has a fur on in the video. Y'all probably know this story already, but the fur was like his mom's or his grandmom's fur.
Oh, word.
Yeah, and it was actually too small, so he like drapes it over his shoulders. It looked fly as hell though, but that was like just for the look, you know what I mean?
Yo, just bite it for the look. I don't light it, you know what I'm saying?
I don't light it, man. He improvised.
Wow.
It worked
Will
very
Smith
well.
quote.
Yo, man, don't sleep. Will Smith is nice.
That
you know
line
how I
was
feel.
so hard. I don't care what anybody says. That line was hard.
Yeah.
He was busting on that
last
song. I don't care.
In my head.
Yo, man, don't sleep. Will is dope. But with that said, someone else who's dope. All right, ARC, Father Part 3. All right, Arckatron.
What up, y'all? It's Arckatron. That's ARCKATRON.com. You can find me and music and everything I'm doing. And I'm working with some of these gentlemen here right now, currently, and should have things out soon this spring, summer, fall, winter. You know what I'm saying? Winter's coming. You know what I mean?
Soon-ish for me. Soon-ish. And Bottom Square, Stapleton Houses, throwing woos for everybody. All right? So, the one and only Anwar Highsign.
Yeah, man. Check me out. ANWARHIGHSIGN. Check the Fleece EP out now on all your DSPs and places of purchase for digital music, Bandcamp included. And if you were looking for any of my old music, it's under my old name, Haslo, HAS-LO. Listen to that Hard Writer or whatever else I got out. Take It Like It Is, all that groovy stuff, man. And yeah, like new project coming soon is being mixed currently.
Oh.
And I shall have updates very soon. So yeah.
That's what's up. So
straight like that.
With that said, NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Big shout out to, of course, Zia's, Deep House Nation, Jenna James, Sandra Thomas. Come on, I know you want to roll. I know.
Thomas.
Now you can't, how you going? Excuse me. How you gonna choke? See how they try to choke you? That's how they try to do it on camera. So then it looks like it was all for fun, but then they really trying to kill you in real life.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh no, I was okay. I was just hugging him. And then
His act
choke you out
ruled
like Bean
accidental.
Waves on Jody boy. So anyway, with that said,
Jody boy.
podcast if you want to listen. Spotify for that music. Hit that thumbs up if you like what you're seeing. Hit that thumbs down if you don't. But if you hit that thumbs down, watch your back at McDonald's. No, I'm just playing. I ain't gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? Go get all the McNuggets you want. You're gonna be fine. All right. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna
And
be
even
just
roll in peace.
like y'all be all right. So we're gonna leave y'all with Arckatron. Yep.
And Anwar. Who else?
Anwar Highsign.
Parker Lewis.
Yep. See, that's what we're leaving y'all with. So
That one.
that said,
That one right there.
Arckatron, PL Parker Lewis, from us to you. Thanks for chilling and peace. Hit him with a whoop. Show the power of the whoop.
Arcatron, NERDSoul,
Parker Lewis,
and Parker Lewis.
and NERDSoul.
We're gonna rise to the top.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Anyway, we out, y'all. Peace. Oh man.
I'm the man, yes sir, that killed the bear barehanded so the people won't forget it. Getting money for our legal to drink. I care what a broke nigga think.
Just like the Parker Lewis.
Look, everything I do so cold. I can do this, both eyes closed. Too short, I stay on my toes. About that white boy, anything goes. Help the bear if we outside. Help the bear if we outside. Still tipping, baby, nothing changed. I'm still grinding over here, yeah. Still sliding through my own lane. Shorty, nothing funny over here. Dollars rain everywhere around me. Dream to get money. Made it through the storm, living sunny. Dreams came true, now we eating. I got more dreams to chase, gotta reach them. Trying to put a team together like the Hunger Games. Everybody grinding cause we all came from hunger pain.